still slamming down. That green tea, 15 minutes to 2 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And this one was made in China, and I'm just so disappointed you can't see the colors because it's so cool with the suit. It's just cheap. It's 65% polyester and 35% cotton. Let me take this jacket off and see if you can see the colors. There they go. Yeah, all right. That's it. That's it. It's real retro. It has the big collars, no button downs. And the pattern on it reminded me of the stuff we wore in the 60s and in the 70s. And it was really cool. And on a other note from the 60s, sad thing, just in the 50s, my most beloved broadcaster was my grandfather, and unfortunately with the advent of television, they just couldn't compete with the big networks anymore. But he had a hell of a run for 30 years, and I think basically he was never the same after that. You know, my grandmother once said, "Can you imagine a man being fired at 50? No, I couldn't imagine. And Bobo used to sit with his cat Willie, which is the smartest cat I've ever seen. They took in 20 cats over their lifespan. They would come to them. They didn't have to search at all. These animals had this instinctive thing that this is a good home. There was Orangey and Blackie, and then they had Gabby and Susie were the dogs, and Willie was the last cat. And Willie actually saw 2 people through cancer treatment, my grandmother and my mother. And my mother wasn't sure whether she wanted Willie. And Willie jumped up on her lap, and there was no turning back from that. It was a great cat. So incredibly smart and intuitive. And one place I lived, I had Willie. And my grandmother was always concerned that Willie didn't have friends, enough friends. Willie also converted Frank, former ex-fiance of Amy, now multimillionaire, to like cats. Before that, he let his dog run in a pack, and this pack would kill cats and kill anything they could find. But after that, it was a whole other story. And so many people say, "Oh, I'm not a cat person, you know, they're too weird, they're too independent, they're not an affectionate, they won't lick your ass." And yeah, that's true. That's why I like it. But my grandpa, we called him Bobo, probably because we couldn't pronounce his name as used. One request in life was to be named, to keep a namesake with my eldest brother, Robert. So Robbie was named after Grandpa Bobo, and never regretted it since. He was a favorite of all.